TGIF YouTube, and welcome back to another edition of the Green Thumbs Gardening Channel. I'm your host, The Lion Unleashed, and today we want to show you guys something we started on about 3 years ago. We've been growing Pumilas here in our front yard for 3 years in a row here at the Green Thumbs Gardening Channel. We originally bought Pumila seeds from Walmart on Highway 82, and this is not an endorsement for Walmart or these Pumila seeds or the company that manufactured them or produces them. At any rate, the first year when we planted Pumila seeds, we planted them right here in our front yard, right along the edge of our front porch, right in the area where the rain actually cascades off of our front porch. And what happened was, these Pumilas, even though they typically only grow about 24 inches tall, these things grew about 3.5 feet tall. The first year we grew them here in our front lawn here at the Green Thumbs Gardening Channel. And after the season was over, what we did here at the Green Thumbs Gardening Channel was we harvested all of the drying flowers from the and blossoms from the Pumila plants, and we dried them out. We actually dried them out. We harvested all of the seeds, and we're going to show you what our dried blossoms look like and our harvested seeds look like right now, because we're actually going to replant some of our harvested seeds like we do every year here at the Green Thumbs Gardening Channel since we first planted them here in our front yard. So take a look at this right here, YouTube. This, YouTube, as you can see, is a jar, and it has dried Pumila blossoms in it. I'm going to pull one of these guys out that hasn't fallen apart yet and give you guys a quick look at what it looks like. And there we have it. These are the dried Pumila blossoms from our second year of growing Pumilas here in our front yard. So these are the Pumila blossoms from last year that we harvested and dried. We typically dry them out after they actually begin to dry out on the plant itself. We typically harvest them and dry them out for a further 2 to 3 weeks before we store them. And this is what they look like all dried out. Now, this, YouTube, is what the seeds actually, the harvested seeds actually look like. I'm gonna take a few of these out and put them in my hand so you can get a closer look at what the seeds look like, YouTube. And this is what the seeds look like. Now you may be saying that looks like just a bunch of little husk or, you know, petals from the flowers themselves, but no, YouTube, these are actually the seeds from the Pumila blossoms themselves. And what we're going to do this morning, YouTube, is take our harvested seeds, take you out to our front yard. We're going to plant these harvested seeds in holes that we've already prepared along the edge of our lawn here. As you can see, we have 5 holes that we already dug. If you recall correctly, we have this hard, terrible clay soil here in our front yard here at the Green Thumbs Gardening Channel. So what we did was actually remove about 6 inches of that hard clay from the surface, and then we dug down about another 6 inches and softened that clay soil up, and we actually mixed some of this potting soil with the clay soil in the hole, and then we actually added a top layer of potting soil to that. So what we're going to actually do, YouTube, is take some of these harvested Pumila seeds from last year's Pumila flowers, plant them down here in these prepared holes here. We're probably going to plant 8 to 10 seeds in each hole. We're not sure how many actually going to germinate and how many will actually make it, even if they do germinate. So we may even plant 12 seeds in each one of these holes, and if they all happen to germinate, we'll either leave them in there or thin them out if necessary, or transplant some of them to a different location in our yard. At any rate, YouTube, we'll bring you guys back in a few minutes and show you how far apart we plant these and how deep we plant these, and show you what our Pumilas actually look like the first year and the second year that we actually planted them here at the Green Thumbs Gardening Channel.
Hey!
Hey, how y'all doing? Hang tight. All right, YouTube. I want to give you guys a quick peek at what we did here. We actually made 10 holes down here in the soil. we actually dropped about 5 seeds in each hole. So that actually gives us about 50 Pumila seedlings here if they actually germinate. And again, they're easy to transplant, and if they all germinate, we'll move some of them or we'll leave them there, just let them grow full and thick here this year. They're annuals, so they won't come back in this location next year, but they will drop seeds here in this spot if we don't harvest the seeds this year, and those seeds will germinate next year. So I'm not sure how we're going to do that next year, if we'll actually plant Pumilas back in this same location next year. But we planted these seeds about a ½ inch down. We dropped about 5 seeds in each hole here. As you can see, take you guys in for a close-up. We got about 5 seeds down in each one of those holes down there. And we're simply gonna give them a light dusting of soil, get them all down in the holes good, and give them a light dusting of soil here. Not much, they just a light coating. It's actually about to rain here, so the perfect time and day to actually get these seeds in the ground. They typically take 3 to 5 days to germinate, and they're here in our front yard. The sun rises from that direction in the morning. It shines right down here all along this the edge of this our lawn here, so it should actually give these guys a quick germination time here in the soil. So we're gonna do YouTube is do the same thing in each hole all the way down the line till we get to our mailbox down there, and we'll bring you guys back at the end of that planting those seeds, and show you what all 5 holes look like with your soil with the holes fully planted and the finished product. Hang tight, YouTube. All right, YouTube, Alina Unleashed from back at you from right here at the Green Thumbs Gardening Channel, and we're going to show you what our Pumila beds look like now that we have them seeded, watered in, and edged. Take a look at this, YouTube. As we told you in the previous part of this video, we were going to plant, make about 10 holes in each one of these little circles. We did that. We put 5 seeds in each hole, gave them a light dusting of soil, and watered them in. Same thing here. Same thing here. Same thing here. And same thing here at the edge of our lawn over here, YouTube. At any rate, we'll bring you guys back with an update video on these Pumilas in about 3 to 4 days. We expect germination on these Pumilas in 3 to 4 days. So we'll bring you guys back in about 3 to 4 days and let you see what they look like now that they're actually, once they actually begin to start to appear above the soil. We'll also bring you guys back with another update once they actually start to blossom. Thanks for watching, YouTube. And if you like what you see in this video, please remember to always hit that like and subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to our page. And if you are, share this page with your friends and family. We really would appreciate it. Thanks.